What's good, YouTube? Cardfight King here, Aqua Life, baby. You already know how it is. All right, so today, guys, I just wanted to do a few different, videos on my experiences that I've, learned through playing Nightrose, over this past weekend, and this week. Just things I've experienced through tournament play testing on Cardfight area, situational practice, play test hands, and just a lot of things. I've been doing a lot of research into the deck. You guys can tell I'm having a ton of fun with this deck, learning the complexity of it, learning its matchups, learning actually how to beat Nightrose in a sense. How to manage my resources better. As you can tell, I'm having a lot of fun with this deck, and I'm taking a serious approach to this deck because I want to, take this deck to the top. I want to be the best Nightrose player that I can be and, outshine my competition with this deck. I'm taking the same approach to this deck as I do with all my other Aquaforce decks. I'm trying to definitely, master it and make sure that I am 100% comfortable with it in tournaments, and I can just react to situations faster and smarter. So that's what I'm taking that's my approach I'm taking with this Nightrose deck. Not being cocky or arrogant or whatever it is. That's just me as a competitor. Now, as for this video, which is going to be one of, two or three or whatever, I just want to talk about why most players prefer to be on old school Nightrose as opposed to new school Nightrose, Starlight and Nightfog. Now, both of these cards have similar abilities. Starlight's ability, on stride abilities, I should say. Starlight's on stride is CB1 mill, revive something. If it has hollow, give it 3k. Nightfog doesn't really care. She just counterblasts one, revives something, and gives it plus 2k. So pretty similar in those aspects. But what separates both of them is their GB2 abilities, where Starlight's ability is that at GB2, when another unit is called to the rearguard circle, from your drop zone, just double checking on that, you can Soul Blast 1, call a grade 1 card from your drop zone behind her in the same column. So she is more of an offensive card, so to speak. She's what gives you some more offense, whereas Nightfog Nightrose has the GB2 ability of being able to mill 3 cards from the top of your deck and then superior call the card that was taken off the rearguard circle. So if you have Bone and Bone gets destroyed, you can mill 3 from your deck and bring Bone back when he gets destroyed. Now, the next video that I'm going to do about with Nightrose is going to be more or less about her ability, her GB2 ability, and the rulings behind it, how to play around it, how to counter it, and what Grand Blue players and opponents of Grand Blue players should be looking for. That's going to be the next video. But for this one, I want to say that the reason is simple. The simplest reason is because she allows you to combo defensively. She allows you to use Negro Lily and be able to blow up a card named this guy, or this guy. These three cards here, forget Starlight. These 3 cards here are the defensive stars of the deck. Mick the Ghosty, Cannoneer, and Lazy. So the reason why she's a lot better to ride over Starlight is because when you G-Guard and go into Negro Lily, and you can destroy either one of these cards, then you use Nightrose's ability to mill 3 and bring them back to the field as hollow, generally as hollow, to get their to get their abilities off. Maybe you don't have to hollow lazy, but it's really preferred so you can get that counter charge, soul charge, following into your next offensive turn. But it's more or less because if you pop this and bring out a normal ghosty, then use her ability to bring this back out, hollow it, she'll get plus 10,000 defense, putting her at 21k defensively for the turn. You pop this, use her ability mill, and bring this guy back. You can counterblast one, destroy a card on their board, and draw, which is definitely good during the offensive turn because it stunts their attacks. You don't know how many times when I did play against this deck using Aqua Force, if I did go into I have to take into consideration the fact that they have a Cannoneer live, and if I don't have a front row, more or less a front row of Melanias and whatnot, even if I don't have a front row of Melanias, just depending on when they use that G-Guard, they can stunt my multi-attacks right then and there. So this card is definitely a really good counter to a lot of offensive pressure and pressure decks like that. Again, when I used Cannoneer when I played against Pale Moon in the tournament, it's more or less stunted her turn. She hit a stand trigger on a card that was like 21k plus. I was able to bring this card out, get a 36, put myself at 36 defense, block that attack, his ability, destroy the card that was tagged with the stand trigger, and then I was able to proceed into my turn and win from that point on. So he's very good for something. And then Lazy is pretty much you destroy him, call him back out, you counterblast, soul blast, and then you get to you bring out one of these two cards and activate their ability to benefit you on defense. Whether you need 10,000 defense to turn Nightrose into a 21k wall, or you need Cannoneer to snipe something off the opponent's board on your defensive turn, this guy can definitely get that for you. So that's pretty much the reason why you want to be on old school Nightrose, is because these four cards are your defensive stars. They're your defensive line, your secondary. They protect, they help protect you, and you want to make sure that you're on her so that these guys can do their job. She's like the defensive line to put pressure on the quarterback, and these guys are like linebacker, safety. It's football talk, but you get the drift. You want to be on her. But if you are not on her and you are on Starlight Nightrose, you will lose the ability to do all of this. A lot of people say that she's not a bad card, and she's not a horribly terrible card, but and I can see why she's like $4, $5, is that she doesn't offer you the same defensive benefits that help keep you in the game, that help stunt opponents' offensive turns, that pretty much helps take this deck pretty much up a tier in a sense. Is that you can't do anything defensive on her turn. I haven't explored the entire Grand Blue Grade 1 lineup, but I do know that if you do Negro Lily, for example, let's say you Negro Lily, you pop this, and you revive let's just say you revive a Ghosty or something here, right? You can use her ability to Soul Blast one and then call a grade 1, let's just say we call a Bale the Ghosty. We can call a grade 1 from the drop zone in the same column as she is, but that doesn't really, help out too much. Now, I do know that there is another card, Sword Master Mimic. I have not really explored that card, but what I'm thinking is that can provide you with some minimal defense if you Negro Lily pop something and then bring Sword Master out here. And I know that he can give, if you like hollow him or something, he can give 3k something, probably putting her at 14k. So that's one of the ways I can that's probably the only way right now that I can think of you being able to have a nice defensive turn on Starlight Nightrose. But as far as overall game and overall what what you want to achieve throughout the game, at least defensively, I think that the reason why main reason why you ride Nightfog over Starlight is just for the defensive prowess that Nightfog provides for you in alternative to what Starlight provides for you. Starlight is much better on the rearguard circle because you can use a card like Dragut, and you can like stride Dragut, and then, you know, let's say your opponent has like a rear guard or two, whatever it is, you know, you can use his ability to counterblast two and, you know, bring out a unit with hollow, you know, bring out like a hollow unit or something like that, and then maybe blow up a card or whatever. This is just an example. They have one card on board. Blow up a card or whatever because you brought out a card with hollow. And then since you brought out a card, you can use her ability. Then let's just say we have an extra counterblast available to us. You can use her ability then to grab a bone from the drop zone and put bone behind her. So then, you know, now, you know, well, obviously that's for a soul blast, but you can now swing with her. You created a column pretty much for just one soul blast. You can swing with her. You can counterblast one, pop this, and, you know, bring out a, you know, maybe like a stand trigger or whatever it is, just a bevy of different options that have the hollow ability through that ability, because she, you know, she'll let you get that free one. So you can call like, you know, two cards, and if she's on the board, she can get you that third card. Usually I like to go for Negro Bone for different plays if that's available to me. But that's pretty much it, guys. Again, they're both not horrible cards, but Nightfog Nightrose is the preferred ride because she allows you to execute better defensive combo plays to stunt your opponent, whether it's providing a wall, a 21k wall, or, you know, Cannoneer blowing up one of their rear guards during their battle phase. You know, in a key situation. So that's it, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. Next video, I'm gonna be talking more about Nightfog's GB2 ability and how you can definitely play around it, play with it. Some of the definite rulings behind it when it's propped, and certain matchups that have to be careful when fighting it, but can play around it. And interestingly enough, there is an ability that does have a way around it when activated. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys are enjoying my, you know, journey or sense with Nightrose, just trying to get better with it, trying to, you know, again, be the best Nightrose player I can be, and hopefully the knowledge that I share with you guys, even if you already have it, maybe refresh your memory banks, and if you didn't, hopefully, you know, this will help you out, and maybe we'll get you, if you're not playing the clan or the deck more in specific. I just like this deck really, you know, to play the deck and whatnot. So yeah, all right, Cardfight King, Aqua Life, baby, you already know this, and I'm out.